League weekend. Remember, we are ready for our trip to the Amex to face Brighton and Hove Albion. Mikel Arteta has been speaking in his press conference ahead of the game on Saturday. Here we're gonna get the latest news on Bukayo Saka's fitness, and we're gonna be looking at the Brighton game. We'll have it in a retrospect, and we'll look at the previous meetings, the head-to-head, and everything that we need to know about Brighton and Hove Albion. And of course, Thomas Partey has been speaking recently about his future. So keep your data logged on this channel and get the latest news that is coming out of Arsenal. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? If you have not subscribed to the channel, this is an opportunity to hit the like button and subscribe and comment, hit the notification bell to keep getting the latest news as it is coming out of this particular channel. And we look at our season so far since the turn of the year. Remember that we've got a very formidable defense. I personally, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes have not been given the credit they duly deserve. These two centre-back pairing have only conceded 4 goals since the year began, and it's April, is the first quarter of the year, and Arsenal's defense has conceded just 4 goals. That's as much as Manchester United conceded in a single game. So it means that we are doing a fantastic job. Mikel Arteta is doing a fantastic job, and we also have the highest number of clean sheets, 11 clean sheets. David Raya is on his way to winning the Golden Gloves as an Arsenal player in his first season, and to think that he is on loan, what a milestone it will be for David Raya if he eventually went on to win that prize. Of course, he is looking set to win it, because I don't expect Arsenal to concede many goals till the end of the season. And let us take a look at our season going forward. The 8 remaining games of the season will show the true test of character. I expect the boys to take it every game as it comes. After Manchester City, it was Luton. They went there, they got the 3 points done and dusted. They are ready now for Brighton and Hove Albion. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what the pundits say. We just need to keep focusing on ourselves, focus on the game, take each game as it comes, as if it's the last game of the season, as a final. Go there, do what you have to do, get 3 points, and that's what matters. And till the end of the season, that mentality needs to be inbuilt in the boys, and we go all the way and see what happens. Listen, personally, if we don't win the league and we keep this mentality, it will be a successful season. It doesn't matter, because as it stands, it's not in our hands. Because if Liverpool went on to win the remaining games that they have left, no matter what we do, they will win the league. So it's just about taking it game by game until the end of the season. And the Champions League also after Brighton, it's the visit of Bayern Munich at the Emirates. Go there, get 3 points. It's not going to be easy, but we just need to keep taking it game after game and see what happens at the end of this season. And we go quickly to the press conference of Mikel Arteta and everything that he's got to say on Bukayo Saka's fitness. We will know now. We have a training session in a few hours, and we will know whether he is fit or not. Everyone else seems okay. That's it there on the fitness of Bukayo Saka. We don't know as it stands. And after today's training session, we will find out if Bukayo Saka is going to be ready for Brighton or not. On how happy he was on Wednesday after his changes, I was obviously very pleased with the result and performance and the fact that everybody responded in the way that we expected. When you make changes, there is a possibility because they haven't played that much, but I think the boys were really good. On if Emil Smith Rowe came bouncing into training, you could see that, but I think an example is Reese. In the previous game, he was not in the squad, and the next game, he's ready to start. If someone doesn't react the way he did after, you are not ready to perform. So I'm really pleased with it, with that kind of reaction in the team. Emil was really strong in the game. On if our four away games are where the title would be won or lost, yes, but at home as well. We have the Champions League games and we have some big games at home. So every game in this league is extremely difficult. You look at last night, what happened again, and everyone is just suffering to win because the level is so high. And we're going to have a really tough opponent again in Brighton. We know that, so we'll prepare well and try to be better than them and try to win. On whether he was watching two games simultaneously last night, I was watching a bit of both, to be fair, until late, but the Chelsea versus Manchester United was worth it. Until the end, it was fantastic. It's unbelievable, the league that we're involved in. It's a joy. The level and the quality of the players and the show that they put on, it's just fantastic. On whether he was watching in a Sheffield United shirt, no, he said. On Thomas Partey wanting to stay at the club, he better have his head here because we're playing for big things and that's what we expect. We need him because he's a top player and a very important player for us. And you could see on the pitch the impact he can have for us. He's our player. He's got one more year on his contract, and I'm really happy with him. On Kai Havertz's contribution this season, I'm very pleased. He's got incredible qualities to occupy different spaces in the attacking phase, to threaten the goal, to link up play, and when you have to be more direct, as well, he'll give you that layout. Not only that, but I also think his contribution defensively is outstanding for the team. With his work rate and the effort he is putting in the high press, especially, he's got more to come, more games to come. He needs to improve the numbers. I'm sure he will try to do it. On whether we have seen Kai's best yet, I don't think so. At this age, he's just started with us. It's his first season. He's building those relationships. He's moving in those positions as well, and he's that good. And with the intelligence that he has, he can be much better. On being happy about our defensive record in 2024, for sure, because I talked about, first of all, the organization in the team and in a defensive phase, and then the desire that the players have to keep clean sheets, defend well, and make it difficult for our opponents. That gives us a big platform, and on the weekend, that's going to be a really important thing because they're a top side. On Robert De Zerbi's work at Brighton, I'm very impressed. He's a top manager with a top coaching staff. I think they're an unbelievable football club. What they have done deserves incredible credit. The way they run the football club, the decisions they have made, and how they have established themselves in the league, and now fighting with the top clubs as well. I think they've done a magnificent job. I think Roberto has given a very clear style and an attractive way of playing football, and they make life difficult for the opponent. On what more we need to do to win the title, win more games, that's what we have to do. We're still not at the top, and we have to transform that into winning and winning and winning. And it's the only way to have the chance in the last game of the season to do it. On whether he's surprised we have scored most and considered fewest but still end top, this is the level, and it's been the level in this league for the past 6 or 7 years. The margins are so small. Let's see those numbers at the end of the last game, and hopefully if those are maintained, I think we have a good chance. On whether he's most pleased with the defensive or scoring record, only the winning one. That's the one that I want. Obviously, the process is super important. At the end, you want that to reflect in the outcome, which is what we are hoping for. On whether it's a compliment that De Zerbi didn't want to think about Arsenal yet. We all think the same about our opponents. I have the feeling with them, that's the same feeling with them. We finished the game on Wednesday and straight away I was into Brighton and what we have to do. Select the best lineup as well. The things we have to plan, to train how we have to train, and give them the right recovery and be ready to win again. On whether he will watch our title rivals' games, I don't know. I have to feel it. Every game will be different. I think my wife and kids will have a big say on that as well. My little one will come and want to play with Lego or go outside and play football or do something else. But I think I will watch the majority of those games, but for sure, it will be with them. On how much of his coaching philosophy is about stopping opponents. If you want to dominate games and if you want to suffocate opponents, you have to have the ball, and when you have it, use it in the best possible way with the maximum threat. When you don't, try to win it as soon as possible and as far as possible down the pitch. When you cannot do that, you have to do something else. But they all know how important that is in football. Every phase of play is to be fair. On influences he has had in management throughout his career, I have learned a lot from all my coaches. David Moyes is a really good example. Not only in that sense, but in many other things that he does that I really admire. You try to pick things there and blend it and make it your own. On not being involved in chaotic games very often anymore, we have been involved in a few of those, probably not that recently. I don't know. As a spectator and a football fan, Chelsea versus Man United was a hell of a game. On if he is worried about Bukayo burning out towards the end of the season, I'm super supportive. I'm super positive. I think he's going to fly and be so decisive. On his ability to recover from setbacks quickly, because he's so strong and how much he wants it, when you talk to him and how excited he is about what is coming. He wants to be here. He's getting better and better, and it's normal to have little niggles. You have kicks, and he's gone through a lot that in the last 2 or 3 years, and now look at the way he is performing. On if Emil is part of his plans going forward. Yes, I look at him and what happened in the last 2 seasons, especially with him, what happened 3 seasons ago as well. Take all that. It's the best thing that could have happened for him in his career if he uses it in the right way now. So don't look back and say if. No, this happened. Use it. That was the best thing that could have happened. I had a great moment. I had a difficult moment, and now I know what I want and how to deal with that. That's going to make me a much better player. You can see the hell of a player that we have in him when he is fit and playing at that level. That and more is what Mikel Arteta has been saying in his press conference building up to the game against Brighton. And if you want to get more of what he said, you can go to the Arsenal website and, of course, take a look at his the full press conference. And we move over to Arsenal, Brighton, and Hove Albion at the Amex. It has not been a roller coaster ride for Arsenal in recent games against Brighton and Hove Albion. They've had the better of us recently, but of course we've also had some good results against them as well. And when you look at the head-to-head, that we've played 5 games in total. I beg your pardon. We've played 13 games in total. There's 5 wins for Brighton and 5 wins for Arsenal. They've won 2 home games. We've won 3. They've won 3 away and 2. We've won 2 away as well. And we've had 3 draws in that encounter. You can see how close these 2 teams are in terms of their head-to-head. So it's not going to be an easy game. for Arsenal on Saturday. We look forward to it. And in our recent meetings, Sunday, 17th December 2023, at the Emirates, it was 2-0. That's the most recent game we played at the Emirates this season. And 14th May 2023, we lost 3-0 at the Emirates. That was part of the games, the hiccups we suffered going to the business end of the season, last season. They thrashed us 3-0 at the Emirates. That's a game to forget fast. And the reverse fixture, that's the first fixture at their home ground last season. It ended 4-2 in favor of Arsenal. And on Sunday, 9th April 2022, it was Arsenal 1 and Brighton 2 at the Emirates. So we've suffered back-to-back defeats against Brighton at the Emirates Stadium. And 2nd October 2021, it was 0-0 at the Amex Stadium. And look at the form guide. That is, they are the last 5 games that both teams have played. When you look at Brighton, they drew 1-1 at home to Everton. They lost 3-0 away against Fulham. They won 1-0 at home against Nottingham Forest. They lost to Liverpool 2-1 away, and they drew 0-0 away against Brentford. And you look at Arsenal, it was 4-1 at home against Newcastle, 6-0 away against Sheffield, 2-1 win at the Emirates against Brentford, 0-0 away against Man City, and 2-0 win at the Emirates against Luton Town. And the season so far, they are 9th on the table, and we're 2nd. They've won 11, and we've won 21. They've drawn 10, we've drawn 5. They've lost 9, we've lost 4. Average goals scored per match, they've got 1.7 to our 2.4. Average goals conceded per match, they have 1.53, and we have 0.8. Remarkable. Clean sheets, they have 5 clean sheets, we have 13 clean sheets. Chances created per match, they have 1.83 to our 2.07. Biggest win, that's their 5-0 thrashing of Sheffield United away. And our biggest win is, of course, 6-0 thrashing of West Ham at the London Stadium. And their worst defeat is the 6-1 defeat they suffered at the hands of Aston Villa. And our worst defeat is the 2-0 home loss to West Ham United. And let's look at the top player stats. Bukayo Saka remains our top scorer with 13 goals, followed by Kai Havertz on 8 goals, and their top scorer is Joao Pedro. We hope that he fires blank tomorrow. And our assists leader is Pascal Gross. He's on 10 assists to Bukayo Saka's 8 assists, followed by Martin Odegaard on 6 assists. Most tackles, Declan Rice 59 tackles, Pascal Gross has 55, and Bukayo Saka has 53. That's all you need to know about that encounter between Brighton and Arsenal tomorrow. The form guide, recent meetings, head-to-head, statistics, and all that you need to know going to that game. And let's look at the fixtures for this weekend in the Premier League. It's Crystal Palace versus Manchester City, Aston Villa, Brentford, Everton, Burnley, Fulham, Newcastle, Luton, Bournemouth, Wolves, West Ham, and of course Brighton and Arsenal. Then on Sunday, it's Manchester United, Liverpool at Old Trafford, Sheffield United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Nottingham Forest. These are the fixtures for this weekend. And lastly, Thomas Partey has come out to speak about his future, and here's what he has to say. I know a lot of speculations have been going on, but for me, I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy for this club. I like Arsenal. So it's clear Thomas Partey has uh, spoken clearly amidst what has been going on with recent speculation, comments about his future. He has come out to say that he is willing to stay at Arsenal, to remain at Arsenal, that Arsenal is going for big things at the moment. There is no reason for him to leave Arsenal. And he has also stated his love, he's committed his future. It says that he loves Arsenal. So he has committed his future to Arsenal, but we'll see what happens with his contract, because as far as I know, he has 1 year left on his contract, which is this season. So it only remains to be seen if he's going to be extending his contract with his recent comments. So that's the preview for the weekend. Let us look forward to the weekend, and let's look forward to our game against Brighton on Saturday. And let's not forget that it's Champions League this weekend as we welcome Bayern Munich to the Emirates on Wednesday for the first leg of the quarterfinal match of the Champions League. We are looking to progress to the semi-final for the first time, I think, since 2006. It's going to be a tall order, but I fancy us going through. So let us also look forward to that. Unfortunately, Liverpool yesterday managed to scrape past Sheffield United after a scare. You remember Sheffield United came from behind to level scores at 1-1 before Alexis McAllister scored that wonder goal from outside the 18-yard box, and Cody Gakpo added the third goal to make it 3-1, and saw Liverpool go back to the top of the table on 70 points, and we are just behind them on 68 points. So yes, we're looking forward to the weekend and see what happens. Thank you for being a part of this show, and continue to be a part of this show as we keep giving you the latest news that's coming out from the world of football. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video, and comment. Hit the notification bell as well. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.